Welcome back. So given that I got a little bit of time before test flying, I decided I wanted to see if I could take some of this flex out of the aileron pulley system, seeing that'll make the controls a bit more responsive. What you're looking at here is the left-hand side aileron control pulley that's up front inside the keel, and this is looking from the camera's sort of in where the nose gear opening is. And as you can see there, the floor is actually flexing there, and I've got the ailerons locked in place so they can't move, and I'm just pushing the stick while I had the camera set up here. And this is at sped up like 5 times, so you can kind of really see what's going on there. You can see how the floor is flexing where it's bonded to. And this is the one in the back now. So this is the one that you see that carbon fiber on the bottom half of the screen. That's where I braced it before, but you can still see that the whole pulley there is flexing, and the floor is flexing as well still there. So these are the two ones that are basically causing a problem, and they shouldn't really be moving at all, but the flex in there is what's going on. This is at sped up again, and then just another look at that. So that's five times sped up. So if we go over to the CAD and have a look kind of how this thing all sort of comes together here, you'll see this is the forward one there, and of course the floor is not shown right now, but you can see inside the keel there, that's the bracket there, and it's bonded to the inside of the floor, and there's the rear one, same thing there. So the rear one is just bonded to hard carbon fiber, so the skin there is just all carbon fiber. It's about 90 thousandths thick. And the one in the front is bonded to the carbon fiber, but there's also core there, so a 1/2 inch of core and carbon fiber, and so that's what's causing it to flex in both cases. It really needs to be anchored more securely. Both of those brackets do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drill a hole there in the bottom of the bracket, sort of down from where the bolts are that hold the pulley, and drill that through the fuselage, and I'm going to put a 1/4 inch 4130 plate on the outside of the fuselage there, and have it sort of chamfered on the edges there so it's aerodynamic. So the plate will be 12 inches wide and about 2 inches long, running sort of crossways, and the idea being that it'll take the loads being pulled on these cables there and drive those into the sides of the keel, and it'll stop the whole floor from flexing there. So, you know, obviously I've got to do some tests to see how it turns out. So using some basic magic, I was able to get my 4 holes drilled there in the right place from the outside, and as you can see, I've got one bolt here running through a bit of 1/8 inch steel. This is just mild steel as a test, and you can see even with that 1/8 inch steel it's flexing there, which is not ideal. And this is the view from the inside. You can see it's still flexing, the floor still buckling up. So that's not enough material to solve it. And now this is a bit of angle iron that I've got there, and that stops the floor from flexing there. Obviously that's not ideal because it's not aerodynamic. But on the inside you can see the problem is mostly solved. There's a little bit of fore-aft movement there, but there's no up and down. And this is what it was like before. So that's without any bracing. And then again, if I show it to you again, this is after the bracing. So I think that's going to be my fix, and that'll be the 1/4 inch 4130 steel. And I'm waiting for that material to come in before I can finish this project. Okay, so one more project. Ordered a new battery the other day because I think the old one might have got damaged when I was over cranking the airplane so much when I didn't have the glow plugs working. So I've got that installed. Took a little bit of time just to pull that out of there, get everything disconnected, and put the new one back in. And so here's the old one that I got sitting over here, and I've got a tester that I bought for it, and it shows that that one's okay, but I don't know, it just wasn't able to do much cranking at all. As soon as I cranked it, it would go to 9 volts, and that one on the floor there is the one that was in the test stand. You can see I've just got that on the trickle charger because I may end up using that to jump it if I ever need to jump it again. And so this is a little test unit that I bought there from Harbor Freight, and it just tests the condition of the battery along with how many cold cranking amps are on board or available. So what you do is you set the cold cranking amps of the battery, and on this particular battery it's 550, and then it just does a test, and I think the reason why it sets that just gives you a percentage. And so there you can see the voltage and the resistance. and also you just press this selection button and it shows you the cold crank amp. So it actually says 565, so more than 550, which is weird. So anyway, but when I cranked it, it would just go down to 9 volts. So we'll see. I haven't had a chance to pull the aircraft out yet to try this new battery in here. This is the new battery inside the nose there. Sorry, I forgot to put my flash on. Just do the same test on there, set it to 550 and hit the test button. And you see there, this is straight from the factory, showing 549. So anyway, we'll see how that works out when I go to test it next time. So I got a couple more projects I'm working on there, just trying to dial things in. And thanks for watching, and I'll have another update for you on Saturday.